2 chord, now to 5, and to 1. Learning to improvise is one of the most fun things to do when playing the piano. You can do it pretty quickly and easily when you have already learned the basic chords in the key of C major, which means all of the white keys. Today I'm going to show you 2 additional chords that you can use that are going to up your improvisational game and make you sound like a pro right away. Today I'm going to talk about just blocked chords, which are triads. A triad is a series of 3 notes that are a third apart from each other within the scale. Eventually we will talk more about how to make those chords easier to do on the keyboard so that your hand is not moving around as much, but today we're just going to do the blocked chords because that's step number 1. So come with me to the piano and let's give it a try. As a reminder, this is the key of C. When we start at one C and we go to another C and hit all of the white notes in between. So a C scale is like this. If we start our melody on C and end it on C, it's going to sound like the melody has come home and has a place to land. Once we have the different chords in the key of C that you have worked on, they're pretty basic and they'll help you make a melody. So with just those basic chords, we can do something like this. But we want to make it sound a little bit more interesting. For right now, we're going to stick with chords that are triads, which is a 1, a 3, and a 5 of the scale. We'll talk about inversions at another time, and that will make things a lot easier to play with. So I'm going to show you a couple of other chords that you can add to your left hand. So this is our first chord, the C major chord. A new chord that I'd like to introduce is the 6th chord. So if we go to the 6th note in the C scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is an A, and we're going to build a chord with the A at the bottom. So we'll have an A, a C, and an E. That is the 6th chord in the key of C. So if we start here and do a 1 chord, and then move down, because this A is pretty close, so we're going to go down there and do the triad of the A minor chord. Then we're going to go to the 4 chord, which is here, and then the 5 chord, which is here. Now you may recognize this as heart and soul, something like this. That pattern of the 1 chord, the 6 chord, 4 chord, and 5 chord is a pretty basic pattern. So I want you to just try those in your left hand and then go ahead and add some kind of a melody to it. And remember, melodies start and end on C, and it can be anything in between. So once you try out that chord pattern, let me give you one more. Let's try a 2 chord. The 2 chord, if we hit our 2nd tone in the C scale, it is a D. So if we build a chord on top of the D, we've got D, F, and A. That is also a minor chord. So if every time you hit the 2 chord in your pattern, you go from a 2 chord to a 5 chord, which is our G, and then it leads very nicely into our 1 chord. Stick with our right hand being just in a 5-finger pattern, and let's do a little pattern here. So let's start with the 1 chord, 6 chord, 2 chord, now to 5, and to 1. So give those 2 extra chords a try, the 6 chord and the 2 chord. Once you get comfortable with doing the triad, which is just the blocked chords, then we will eventually talk about how to make it easier on your hand so it doesn't have to move around as much by using inversions. But that's to come in another video. So have fun and get comfortable with these chords, and then we can move to other keys as well.